All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and a salute, Shalom, to the elect, or those that striving to be the elect, pushing His word, pushing the correct doctrine, the elect, men, women, and children. This is Ashawn coming at you with another video, and I came across this video. This is a video of Jesse Lee Peterson, right? And it's old school. It goes back, I believe it's in the 90s, early 90s. And late, I know it's in the 90s, late or early 90s, but I know the show is from the 90s. And they had some Israelites, I believe it's One West. I think they come out of One West on a Jesse Lee Peterson show. And the guy was cutting these people in the audience, right? So he was doing this thing. I don't know whether I doubt if he's still in the truth, you know. But the point of me making this video is I want to point out how this Edomite, you know, how Esau shows his horns, you know, and when some of these Edomites get cut, that's when their true nature appears, you know, and I'm gonna bring out a scripture, and I'm not gonna make this video too long. I just wanted to bring out that point, that how this guy went from it's like almost like a snake. Like, you know how a snake slithers up on you? He's cunning, he's smooth talking, but then he just bites you. Well, this guy went from, because he got mad, because, you know, this, and of course, I mean, hey, sure, if I was an Edomite, I'd be mad too. But it shows you how it's two different spirits. You got Jacob's spirit, then you got Esau's spirit. Because this guy went from 0 to 100 in a matter of seconds, you know. But I'm going to just play the video.
Because we're teaching the truth.
He's not teaching the truth?
He's teaching religion.
Oh, so you don't agree? Your religion, your nationality doesn't agree with what he's all about?
No, we don't agree with any religion.
Oh, okay.
And one thing I'm going to point out is that this proves that this truth is not for everybody. It's all about the elect, because Jesse Lee Peterson been around this truth. He's been interviewing Israelites, Hebrew Israelites. He's been interviewing brothers in the truth for years. And this goes back to the 90s, you know. And he's still, I believe, he just had Captain Tazariak from ISUPK on his channel about a couple weeks ago. So this truth is only for the elect, because everybody ain't going to get it. Here it is, this guy was cutting these people. I mean, he was reading straight out of the Bible. But these people is all caught up in their feelings. They Americanized. They in this Babylonian society, and it's all about feelings with them. It's never about facts. You know, it's all about how they feel. Well, I feel this and I feel that, instead of looking at the information and bringing out the point that this guy, you know, I don't know his name, Salaki for that, but this guy was, I guess he was in the truth back then. He was bringing out the truth. And all these people could do was shout out attacks on their character. Well, attacks on a, emotional response. All they could do is talk about the Israelite, the brothers' clothes, you know, how they look, but I'm gonna finish playing the video.
Yes, sir.
Okay, first of all, that's a King James Bible. That's a European Bible.
It's a King James Bible.
It's a European
King James
Bible.
was a black man. You didn't know that, did you? We ruled Europe all the way up to the 1700s.
Okay, well,
Cromwell was the first.
Okay.
Cromwell was the first so-called white man that sat on the throne. We ruled Europe. We sat
so
on
then
the
what happened
throne
to
in
them?
England.
They must have got their butts kicked and knocked out of there.
Yeah, because you know what? Because we sinned against the Most High. We didn't follow His law. That's why we was brought down. It wasn't because of your strength, because your nation is weak. You're a weak, mindless people.
Okay, now.
You didn't bring us down. God brought us down.
I'm coming to my question now. Okay, that's a good answer. Now I'm coming to my question. Is there anything that white men can do, individual white men can do? Is there anything individual white men can do to please their God and not suffer wrath?
Okay, the answer to that question is no, and I'm going to show you why. The answer is no, and I'm going to show you why.
Well, then my question is...
Well, you already... Let me answer that question.
If there's no way that I can...
Hold up. See, let me answer the question,
If
okay?
there's no way that I can please my God, what should keep me then from nuking all of you? Because we do have the nukes. Why don't we just take our armies now and our nukes, we're in charge, and kill everybody?
Listen, that's
who's
what the
black?
so-called white man's doing. He's...
See, now, that's Esau's true nature. And that's what he's going to do. That's why, starting from the elders and apostles on down, we bring out the fact that this place is going to go down, first the RFID chip and then there's nuclear war. The big bear, Russia, is going to nuke America and America is going to nuke them. That's going to be the war. You understand? The war of Armageddon. And what this Edomite just said, he just spoke it in prophecy. He bring out his true nature.
practicing genocide.
Oh, Salaki, I meant to say in the book of Revelation. In the book of Revelation. Let's go.
Out of our people.
No, we're doing it too slow. I mean, we can do it much quicker. We have the technology.
They are doing it quicker.
Why don't we do it?
Listen,
what's to keep me from doing it?
Nothing. Christ is keeping
If I have no hope
it.
then from my God, then what's to keep me
You should
from
go
doing
out
it?
there and rob a bank, get you a bunch of credit cards and spin them up. Go out there, kill your mother, kill your father. Go on a
Not
mass
my mother and
murdering
father, but
spree.
just black folks and Israelites and
There
stuff.
go, because if they die, the most
I mean, that's the hope you're giving
I want
me.
you to get this.
Obadiah
what I
verse 18.
Okay.
And that's the hope. That's the facts in the scriptures. It's not. See, people think that we are coming on the top of our head, speaking on the top of our head. We speak from the scriptures, straight from the scriptures. So that's the destiny of the so-called white man, which is the Edomites.
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire,
The house of Jacob gonna be a fire. Read on.
and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble.
Are you listening? It said the house of Esau for stubble. Go ahead.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them.
Read.
And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau,
There shall not be any remaining of the so-called white man. Read again.
for the Lord hath spoken it.
For the Lord, that's what God said. All white men are going into slavery and captivity, and after that, all white men will be killed.
Okay, if that's his justice, let it be. We'll see.
That's what y'all deserve.
Let me ask you this.
Okay, I'm gonna get a scripture and then I'm gonna close it out. But in your brothers, in your spare time, a good book to read is to read the whole book of Obadiah. When you get, in your spare time, or when you get some time, Lord, through the Lord's will, read the whole book. I believe it's one chapter, it's one chapter, and that basically explains the destiny of the Edomites. Okay, the scripture that I got is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5, and it reads, "Yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man." And we all know these Edomites are proud. But this is talking particularly about Esau, in which Edom come out of Esau. It says, "Neither keepeth at home." Right. They never satisfied. They always conquering certain lands. They always in someone else business, in another nation business. Instead of worrying about themselves, they always worried about what China doing, what those Ishmaelites over there doing. It says, who enlargeth his desire is hell. And we living in hell right now. This whole world has turned into hell because the rulers referring to Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. This whole world is under the vibration of the wicked. It says, who enlargeth his desire is hell and is as death. And every time you turn around, it's death, 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 death. But no other nation on the planet Earth is suffering like Israel at this time, at this moment in history, because we're under the curses. I was just looking on the news, and they did a survey from the 90s, right, on the war on drugs. Really was that it was. We all know that was a hoax, the fake ass war on drugs to bring drugs in to kill Israelites. But the same people that they say, the same people that claim that they was, fighting the drugs, were supplying them. But if you look at the survey, or it was so many Jake just getting killed around that time. But then if you look at the other nations, it was hardly any crime. Like I think it was like 1% out of a certain amount of million people, and then they did the United States, and it was high. They was going by neighborhoods and all that, like the area you live in, But it says, and cannot be satisfied. Right? They're never satisfied. Never. It says, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. So that's Esau. That's the wicked right now. So I hope this was edifying to the body. Till again, shalom.